a little bit more on the red. A little bit more on the front leg. A bit more here. On the stomach. Some up here on the ear. Careful, I have a bigger brush now. I have a smaller one. A burnt umber. See, it's more yellow than the burnt sienna. Burnt sienna is more red. A little bit more color here. Careful of the lines here between the stomach and the front and the back. Need some outlines. Okay. I'm going to paint some more with this burnt umber. Go ahead till you think it's enough pigment. I'm going to use some of this very thin Paynes gray up here, and some grayish tones on the front. Careful of the white above the nose. I'm going to try this again. I leave that till now. we are going to paint some shadows as well on some spots of the deer, but we leave that till after the greenery. Okay. I want some light to hit here, so I'm going to wet a bit here. I think I'm going to, no, I'm going to wet here, okay? I don't want any hard lines, so I'm wetting it, okay? Then I want some green. I want some blue as well at the back. Take some blue for the sky to shine through at some spots. Okay, no hard lines. I'll use some water around here. Okay. Water. I want some light to shine through the trees. Okay. Now I'll take some lighter greens. Let's see. We are going to use this. This is Cobalt blue with some yellow in it to get some light greens. I'm going to take some cobalt blue to mix a little bit more. And some yellow. Oh, I don't remember which yellow this is. It's cooler yellow anyway. Because I want the green to look bright, light and fresh. If I use warm yellow, it's going to be a bit more murky. Okay, drop in some of this. You can just wet the brush if you want to take away some of the hard lines to make them soften. Just do it like this, okay? If you want them hard edged, you don't soften. You don't wet. Okay. Still want it a little bit soft. You can wet the entire area if you want beforehand, if you want everything soft. But this way you can decide while you're painting. If you want to soften, you can do that later on, or you can leave it at some spots. my wet in between to let it flow. I'm going to work on top of it, of this. So this is the leaves that are more far away. They look a bit softer than the closest ones. Okay. I will take some of the darker green, cobalt blue, and yellow again. I want it a bit thicker in consistence. It's thicker, okay. I think I'm going to take some Paynes gray as well. A bit too blue. Okay. Okay. There are the lights, so you have to keep the light here in the middle. Okay, some dark, let's see. Oops. Want to keep the yellow clean. So, I'm going to take some of this ultramarine, French ultramarine, this French ultramarine is a warmer blue. I'm going to take this, let's see, no, I keep on with this yellow, keep on with that yellow. Some dark at the corners. Darkness brings out the light. So I need the dark as well. Try to group the leaves together. Don't paint them one by one. Groups looks a lot better. Okay. Painting a little bit careful around the ears here. Careful so you don't paint over all the light areas. You need some left. I'm going to paint. No, I'm going to dry it. Going on with darker greens, I'm going to take Paynes gray. Let's try with some gold. Quinacridone gold is this one. Okay, I want it a bit darker. You see here. Okay, go ahead with this on dry paper. As earlier, I can wet if I like. Try to group. Okay, you can put the brush down on the sides if you want. Maybe make some dry brush. I'm gonna make it more of the dark around the edges to frame in the light a bit. Okay, take some water as well and let it run to make some structure. Okay, I make some more of the Paynes gray and the Quinacridone gold. Remember, I want to be able to see the different layers. Don't hide them completely. This gives more of a 3D effect. And you can see the different layers. I hope this is the best painting of these, the ones I've done with this motif. It should be, as it's the third time, I think, after all the problems. It's good if you mix the pigments a bit different each time. They don't need to be the same. Variety is good. See, this is a bit more yellow. Okay, I'll take some more yellow on this. And a little bit thinner, okay. And some here at the front. At the edges of the light. This is dirty. I need to clean it a bit. My Paynes gray. Okay, I think I'm gonna use some burnt sienna as well here. This burnt sienna up here can keep the painting together a little bit, because as I have burnt sienna here, it's good to have it at some other spot in the painting as well. about the groups. Okay. A little bit more on this dark. Can look a bit blue at some spots as well, where you want it dark. More of the blue inside. Down here I want it dark. Okay, I'm going to make it dark down here, because I'm going to pull away the masking tape. So I need to make it darker on the edges here. Okay. Wait, careful. Careful, careful. That was close. Okay, some blooms. I think I'm going to paint it lighter here now in the first. So I paint with some light greens and more yellows, okay? Okay, I can paint over with this with blue and darker greens later on if I want to. This is just so that I can remove the tape, and then I can also later on leave some lighter spots with only the yellow. Water. This deer is going to stand in grass, a bit higher grass, so you don't see the end of the legs. Okay, I'm going to use some turquoise. Oops. I didn't wet these pigments before I painted. That's something you need to do. Just wet some of them, not everyone. Okay, turquoise. This is in the shadow area. I want some turquoise. Okay, you can leave some light in between as well. Be sure you can see the tip of the brush so you don't paint on the deer. Okay, some Paynes gray. Some really darks. This is some light shining through at a few spots. You can always paint over them later on. It's better to leave them now at this stage and paint over later on if you want to. Some more turquoise. Some turquoise up here as well, just to keep the painting together, as I did here with the burnt sienna. There's some. Some here as well. more. You see the turquoise gets a lot lighter when it's drying, so you have to fill in sometimes. You could use some violet as well around here if you like to, because the yellowish from the deer pops a bit if you put some purple. I don't think I'm going to do that. I stick to the Paynes gray and the turquoise and the dark, but you can use violet if you want, if you like. Some more there. Okay. If you want a bright green, you need to use cool yellows. If you want a bit more murky green, you use warmer yellows. Okay. Soften the edges a little bit so I don't get any sharp lines. Not at this point. It's turning on. I need to dry this, otherwise the dark is going to run in.